Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the open book. How's everyone doing? I did not go live this morning because guess what? It's a holiday. And guess who was sleeping in? I was. Okay. Happy Juneteenth to everyone. You know, they took our holiday here in Texas. It was a local, and really, to be honest, I didn't even think it was a holiday. Okay. It was a hold on, y'all. My kids wait till I get on live. Y'all know how it goes. But it was it turned into a holiday here in Texas because the slaves were free, but uh the Texas slaves got the memo late. I was like, what in the world? They got the memo late. So then by the time they were freed, it was June 19th here in Texas. And so it used to just be a state holiday for Texas, but we had I'm on live. Where's the pen? Hold on, y'all. I just told my son, y'all know my son. He comes, he does not care. Okay. And so we had a lady here in Fort Worth, Miss Opal. She fought and fought and fought for years for this to become a national federal holiday. And that was approved, y'all. And so now Juneteenth is a federal holiday. Let's see who we have. Hey, Shelly Shell. Hey, sis. Thank you for joining. If y'all could hit the like button, I would greatly appreciate it. I know people are out celebrating probably or just relaxing because, like I said, this was the first time in a while where I could just sleep in. I didn't even know how to act. Every time I woke up and I was like, oh, I don't have to go to work today. Let me go back to sleep. And so it felt good. My kids slept late. I slept late. So it really, really felt great. Um, and so I've been missing you all. If you hadn't heard the great news, God has blessed me to have my monetization restored. And when I tell you that is totally a blessing, and I thank God for that. So you're now able to send super stickers and get memberships and things of that sort again. Hey Lolo, hey sis, thank you for joining. You'll be able to get all of that. And so I'm just grateful to God because He really, really moved. He really moved in that situation. And those that help me with ideas and watching, looking at my channel, kind of going over it. Shout out to Tiff and things of that sort. So it was really, really a blessing. And I really thank God. And so today I was supposed to do this, was it last weekend? I think maybe last weekend. Y'all, I have to be in the mood, okay, to really come live. Um, and yes, God is awesome, sis. Hey, Aries Black. Hey, sis. Thank you for joining. And so my thing is, I was like, you know what? I want to do my top 10, and what better day than, holiday where people are just chilling, relaxing. What better day than to do it today on our top 10 social media moments? Okay. It's been a lot going on, a whole lot going on. So we are kind of covering some things that happened last week as well. Okay. This week and last week. So we're going to kick it off with a prank, y'all. I want to know your thoughts on this particular prank because sometimes we can prank people and it's funny, but sometimes it's not so funny. It can I don't know. I want to know y'all's thoughts. Thank you, Lolo. Y'all's thoughts on this prank.
Now for inmate Amber Pope. Say yes if you would like to accept this call.
Yes. Yes. Hello, Amber?
Ma!
Yeah, what happened? you call me? Why did you walk away?
Why did you fly up here and get Ezra?
Oh my God, is he okay? Oh my God, Everett. Oh my God. Why would you stab your Everett? Why would you stab him? Oh my God.
Mom, it's a prank. Mom, it's a prank. I'm sorry, Mom. It's a prank. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness, y'all. When I first saw that, I was like, I didn't know whether this was funny or not funny because that poor mom was distraught. Okay. And that to me, if her daughter had really done that and was in jail, I was like, that was a horrible situation. And to hear the mom cry like that, I think that's the part that really like hurt my heart because I was like, I think that was going over a boundary of pretty much this not funny no more. But at the end, when they were laughing, telling her a prank, I can only imagine that she was relieved and just relieved and thought it was funny because now that her daughter's really not in trouble, but I don't know. Those are certain pranks that take it too far, right, Aries? I'm like, it takes it too far. That could have gave her a heart attack. Yeah, sis, that's what I was thinking. I was like, is somebody there with your mama when you calling her with that type of information? Because yeah, that's something that I don't think is really, really funny. But I was relieved at the end when she started laughing and so forth that it was a prank. But we gotta be careful with some of these pranks because, like Aries said, or Shelly Shell said, that could have given that poor lady a little heart attack. Oh my gosh, I was like done. Okay. Now this next video that we're going to watch, I was mad. Okay, I was hot on this. And certain videos really highlight some of the racial disparities that we have and how if the roles were switched, I truly feel like the situation would have gone another way.
Who's that?
It's going to start over. Okay, here's the beginning. Watch.
Oh, excuse me. Where's Brendan?
Man, you better get up off
Where's
me,
Brendan?
man.
Where's Brendan?
Get away from me, bro.
No, get hey.
Hey, no, hey,
go,
you need to get, hey,
walk away. Get off.
You gotta go. Out right now. I don't care. Get off the stage right now.
That way, Michael. No. Where's Brendan?
Okay, so just to give you some insight as to what was taking place, the young lady was graduating, and you know how when you graduate, you walk across the stage and you shake hands with different people, like principals, superintendents, and so forth. So the black guy was the superintendent. The guy who came up on stage, the white man, was her father, and he comes up there and pushes the superintendent out of the way because he did not want his daughter to shake her hand. Okay. Well, come to find out a little more background with that is there was some issues where I guess this young lady went through some bullying type of situations, and I believe it was escalated to the superintendent level, and the dad did not like how that was handled. Now, regardless of how you feel about how something is handled, does not give you the right to come up on the stage during a graduation and move someone out of the way. It doesn't work like that. Because now at that point, you're putting your hands on someone, and that to me is considered assault. And that man should have been arrested that night, in my opinion. Okay. He was not arrested. And I truly feel that if the roles were reversed and it was the black guy coming up there to move that superintendent out the way, it would have been a whole tackle. Okay. They would have tackled that man. Baby, that would have gone a totally different way. To me, he also, I feel, embarrassed his daughter even more because that took over what he was truly there for, in my opinion. That took over her moment. You know, like she's walking across the stage to graduate. And now her father coming up here acting ignorant. Now, where's the security? Because it should have been some type of security there on the stage or by the stage, you know, to be honest. But I feel like if people were truly bullying her, then this is not a good look. It's going, thank God school is out, because that probably would have caused even more attention on her from different students. And so I just felt like that was not handled properly. Hey, Critical. Hey, sis. Thank you for joining. That was not handled properly. And I truly feel that they should have done something, because I would have pressed charges. He did apologize. Hey, Brittany. Hey, sis. Thank you for joining today. He did apologize to the superintendent, but the superintendent said he didn't even want to accept his apology. He was being petty. He said, I don't want an apology. Okay. I was like, oh my goodness. So that was horrific. In our next video, our top 3, or part of our top 10, I don't know, do y'all remember Sister Act? Well, Sister Act with Whoopi Goldberg, Lauryn Hill was on there, and some more people. They just came upon their 30th anniversary. And for their 30th anniversary, they were on The View. And y'all, it was such a moment of nostalgia to see them come back, because a lot of them are grown-ups now. And it was such a sweet feeling to see this. So I captured part of their anniversary moment on The View, where they were singing one of the songs from the movie. Here we go.
Oh, happy day, yeah, when Jesus was. Stand over here. When Jesus was. When my Jesus was. He washed my sins away. La 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 la. He taught me how. Oh, he taught me how to watch, to fight and pray. And he taught me how to live rejoicing. Yes, he did. Oh, yeah. Oh, happy day, yeah, when Jesus was. Stand over here. When Jesus was.
This I hit play again, but hey, it's like
My Jesus was. He washed my sins away. La 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 la. He taught me how.
Yes, Lolo, I do agree. It made me feel old. I was like 30. What in the world, baby? I just could not believe it. And they look good. I was happy to see Monica on there. I forget her last name from Best Man. She was on there. And then the other lady that was singing with Lauren Hill in that choir, well, they were sitting up in the choir stand that was singing together. She's now coming out with new music. She's with a group called War. Is it War and Treaty or War and Peace? Oh Lord, I think War and Treaty. And she's doing new music. Now, who was missing? Baby, I said either Lauren Hill did not get the memo, didn't want to show up, or she was late. Because, baby, they said she goes late to all of her concerts. But it would have been so nice to see her. Yes, Critical. I was shocked. I was shocked too, because I was like, they were just, it's almost like that. Well, I guess they wanted to kind of mimic what they did in the movie, because remember in the movie they had on the choir robes, but she told them just take off their clothes and just be free. So maybe they came there, in that. I'm gonna give it that maybe, because I was shocked too at the wardrobe. I really was. But yeah, Lauren Hill, baby, I'm like, where you at? Okay, some people were putting, maybe her mom didn't give her permission, stuff like that. But her mom actually was there for this anniversary. Brittany said, this moment was so beautiful. I rewatched the movie on Monday. I do wish Lauren Hill was there though. Yes, me too. I really hate that. That would have been the cherry on top for her to come back. Let's see. Critical said, me too. This left knee. Yes, baby, it shows our age. Okay. Yes, Lauren Hill is always late. Oh, yeah. You know what? Critical. Yes, baby. They may not have wanted to pay sis enough. Maybe they said, you know what? We don't have your kind of change. We just, can you come and volunteer? Lauren said, baby, volunteer well. Okay, I ain't in the same place that I was in back then. Do you know how much I charge for my concerts? Okay. Baby, she did not play. Lola said, if I don't fall asleep on I love Sister Act. I love all of them. And they were supposed to do Sister Act 3, I think. Is it Sister Act 3? Yeah, I think they're supposed to be coming out with the Sister Act 3. But I don't know when they are going to come out with that. And I believe what's her name? I'm drawing a blank. Oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank right now. But yeah, she was supposed to be on there. Some famous people, different people going to be on that one. But I wonder when is it coming out, because they haven't said anything else about that. So let's see. Let's move on to our top 4. Now, this was a special moment this week, y'all. Y'all know that we have been talking about, yes, Whoopi is supposed to be in it, Brittany. We've been talking about Gene Deal and Jaguar Wright here at the Open Book, their story, right? Well, recently they've done a 2-part interview. Now, the second part I have to go back and watch today, because it was actually premiering today, the part 2. So they had a little moment. Gene Deal started off part 1, and then Jaguar Wright came in at the end, and of that first part, and they started talking. So to get them in the same room at the same time was awesome. And Gene Deal, they told him he could ask any question. Okay. Well, he had a request from Jaguar, and look at this special moment that they shared.
When I'm away from you, boy, all I seem to do is cry. But then, when I see you, boy, my, how the time does fly. I don't know if you need and love me too. Ooh, the way loving, needing you. But I hope that we can be together soon.
You better sing, Jaguar.
I hope that we can be together soon.
Y'all don't know nothing about this.
I hope that we can be together soon. Can we make it real soon?
Yeah.
Can we make it real soon? We got it. Come on.
I think about you, girl. Chills run up and down my spine.
Babe, he's singing this for you. He's singing your part.
And when I think about you, girl, all my heart is do is cry.
All right, now you singing the lead. I'm on the background.
Roll around night and day. I'm gonna miss you. All my lonely heart seems to do.
I hope that we can be together soon. I hope that we can be together soon. Can you make it real soon?
I can't wait.
Can you
I
make
can't
it
wait.
real
We
soon?
outta here.
I loved it. I was like, Jaguar, you better sing. Oh my gosh, y'all, that was such a special moment between them. And he had even spoken on his own lives. Like he has his own channel. And I remember one day in one of his lives, he was saying that he would love for her to sing that song. And that is one of his requests. When he came to Dallas, she was already here, and because she was doing another interview, and so they brought in Gene Deal, and they wanted a moment where they both were doing the interview. And so when she walked in, first of all, when she walked in, Gene Deal was like, he had started smiling. So he said, that Jaguar, almost like he was starstruck at first. And so the interviews, that's Real Life Productions, they were like, yeah, she coming down the stairs. And so he was like, oh, okay. But Gene reminds me of one of my uncles. He seemed like just laid back, old school, and so forth. But that was such a special moment. So I do want to come back and do another live. I don't know what time, if I'm going to do it today or tomorrow, because I do want to bring up some of the highlights from their interview together. It was one particular part about Christopher Williams that he did bring up, that he felt that Jaguar did not have that part right. He said he agreed with everything she's saying, but that particular thing that she was talking about, he didn't agree that happened. And so she said, well, she was going by what someone told her on that. And she said that she'll stand corrected and she find out. But she said she believes it to be true. And they kind of agreed to disagree. But she said, maybe. So some stuff they had a chance to kind of clear up, but they never spoke ill against each other. He just said that was one particular thing that he did not agree with. Those of you who don't know them, they are two of the most vocal ones that have been sharing details about P. Diddy recently Gene Deal has been doing it for a while, sharing details about, he used to be his former bodyguard. Jaguar Wright has been close to a lot of celebrities like Jay-Z, P. Diddy, and so forth. So she has a lot of inside information. So they have been revealing true things that have already started to come out. Okay. It is based on, all alleged to us. But we can see some of the stuff that they've already shared has come out. So we'll be in the loop with that and keep going with that. I want to know, when are they going to, when the grand jury is going to make a decision as to whether they're going to have a public indictment on Diddy. I haven't heard anything else about this. But I'll keep you all updated. This next video, our top 5. This one is a hard one. I may say like trigger warning on this, But imagine that you were adopted, right? And your adopted father confesses to you that he is in love with you now that you're older and that he's been feeling this way for a while now. Let's watch.
I don't know where to start, but I'm probably going to start with the most traumatic, which my adopted dad, like, that was the most traumatic. And get this, listen. Okay, so when he came over to my apartment to tell me that day. He like rang me up and he called me and he's like, hey, can I like come over and talk to you? And I was like, okay, sure. Had a gut feeling. Think that I'm crazy? Swear to God. Had a gut feeling. Get off the phone with him. I'm anticipating his arrival. I'm like peeping through the blinds. I have this gut feeling. I'm sick to my stomach. Then I hear, I go sit down, hear the car door slam. Go look out the window, see him walking up. I know what the fuck he's gonna say. I know what he's going to say. And you're like, oh, Laura, how'd you know what he was gonna say? Because he did weird shit my entire life. And I gaslit myself into thinking that maybe it wasn't weird because I didn't have a dad, so I didn't know what that relationship was really like. Okay, so I lived on the second story. He had to walk up 2 flights of stairs, knocked on my door. I'm sweating. Like, my anxiety, like, is so bad. I let him in. He sits down on one couch. Well, he's pacing a little bit, sits down on one couch. I'm sitting down on the other couch. And he's crying. And to think of, my adopted dad was born in the 60s.
Y'all forgive me. I had a moment. I was clicking out of the screen.
How old dudes from the 60s are. So, like, I think I maybe saw him cry, like, once ever. So I thought he was having a mental breakdown, and he couldn't even speak. And I was like, say it. I was like, just say it. Say what you're going to say. Like, almost coercing it out of him because I was afraid that he wasn't going to say it, and I wanted to know what he was going to fucking say. I really should have recorded it, but... So he says, Laura, I'm in love with you. Look at me dead in the eyes with tears rolling down his fucking face. Knowing me, literally, I'm gonna have to show a picture of me whenever I was 6 years old, but I was like, he's known me since I was like as tall as my fucking knee. He's like, Laura, I'm in love with you. And I was like, oh, I love you too. And he's like, no, I mean, I'm in love with you. Like, I would love to marry you. I'm telling you, I'm freaking the fuck out in here. But it is also giving me clarification on everything that has happened throughout my time knowing him since I was 6 years old. I blacked out after that. I fucking blacked the fuck out. I remember him asking me, because I lived like 5 or 6 blocks away from my childhood home that I grew up in. Fuck. I remember him asking me to dinner because it was the weekend. They were a horrible family, but one thing that they generally did was like Sunday dinners or whatever. So he asked me to dinner, and I'm sure I said like yeah or something like that. And then he walked out of my house, and I locked every fucking lock on that door, and I went into my fucking bedroom, and I locked that door, and I hid under my blankets, and I fucking sobbed my eyes out. I was like hyperventilating. I was like freaking out. I was in there for over an hour before I was able to like do anything else than that. And I texted my sister. At the time I was married to a man. But anyway, I texted my ex-husband, and I was like, you're not gonna believe this. If you don't believe this, I'm gonna fucking leave you because this is fucked up. So I texted him everything, and before I gave him a chance to even read it or respond, I was like, no, fuck this, I need to talk to somebody. So I call him, and I tell him every single fucking detail. Mind you, my ex-husband was not a good man either. That's another story, equally as traumatizing story. But anyway, I was on the phone with him, and he was just like, he's like, Laura, you must be confused. Like, imagine a man sticking up for another fucked up man. But he's like, Laura, you have to be confused. There's got to be some. And he knows my history with these people and my adopted dad. But he's literally like, no, you're confused. There's no way. I hang up on him. I call the most important person in my world, which is my little sister. And I tell her, and she's freaking the fuck out too, because she has fucked up experiences.
Y'all, that is sick. I mean, you just never know what's going through people's minds. For him to be her adopted father, and you know, she said that there were some things that he did that were inappropriate, even as a young girl. But and you know, it's kind of sad because if you don't have your parents growing up, you don't know what that should look like. What, like she said, that relationship should look like. So to her, it was probably all innocent. You know, this is how my father is supposed to act. And I can only imagine probably some inappropriate touches, you know, not going there, but you know, just, I don't know. I don't even want to, but she probably felt like, you know, hey, he loves me. But his love was kind of like that perverted love. Okay. And he waited till she was old enough to share this information with her as an adult, that he was pretty much in love with her. And I can only imagine, you know, the thoughts and how that will also affect their relationship now going forward. Because he's talking about he want to marry her. Like, how are you going to marry your adoptive daughter? It's so sick and weird. But there are people that go through these types of things in real life. They go through these types of things. And so my prayers to her, because that is really sad. And I hate that, because a girl really wants to be loved by her father and wants to have that relationship. And that is very, very important for us to have that relationship. In breaking news today, I know many of us know Remy Ma. Well, there was some breaking news regarding Remy Ma's son. Let's see. Now, y'all, that surprised me. First of all, I don't know if y'all knew or not. I didn't know she had older children. I don't really know that much about her family history. I knew that her and her husband, Papoose, they've been kind of having some difficulties. And then they were even going through a situation where they were trying to have kids together. And then there were allegations of her being with infidelity. And so I didn't realize, hey, Mama 3, hey, sis, thank you for joining. Brittany said, oh, wow, I know she is sick over there. Yes, because she went to jail. She just got out of jail, what, about, maybe 4 years ago, 3 years ago. So I'm pretty sure she did not want that for her kids. And they're thinking that allegedly it was a murder. Oh, I won't say the word. For hire plot. So that makes it even, Lord, it's a lot. But I know that breaks her heart. He's only 23 also. So my thing is, man, you know, being that young and involved with something like that, that is very, very heartbreaking. And I just can only imagine what's going through her mind. Because we want better for our kids. We don't want our kids going through some of the same situations and things of that sort that we've gone through. And then for something that serious, like that is really, really serious. Someone had lost their life, you know. And so prayers up for Remy Ma, for the family of the victim. And I don't know what even happened with that part. I guess more will come out about that side of it and what truly happened. Now, y'all know we talk about some Real Housewives. Now, I'm currently watching Real Housewives of Dubai, which I got to watch the one from yesterday. Actually, I'm going to watch that today. But Real Housewives of Atlanta is a very popular one. And the new season is actually taping right now. Well, in breaking news this week, one of the housewives has gotten fired. Let's see why. Real Housewives of Atlanta. The Bravo reality series is currently filming its 16th season. If you all don't know who Kenya Moore is, here's a picture of her, and she has been on the show for some time now. It says that the suspension reportedly came after Moore allegedly displayed posters with explicit images of franchise newcomer Brittany Eadie at the grand opening of her Kenya Moore hair spa in Atlanta, Georgia, last week. A source told Entertainment Tonight that the photos were allegedly found online. Eadie later took to her social media to seemingly address the controversy, writing in part, "It's never a good feeling being targeted or hazed by someone I thought would embrace me into a new circle that I never met." So I cannot believe it. Y'all know Kenya Moore can be petty. And she even did the I think the band or something to get back at Marlo one time about her edges and things like that. But you can take things too far. And she knows that's not appropriate behavior. And so Kenya Moore is a big name on that show and has a big part. But at the same time, I'm wondering, I don't know, because she went through the divorce situation, and really the last season, she really does not have a storyline. So I think they were thinking about bringing back Portia. I think Portia's coming back. But now I like Kenya. Don't get me wrong, though. I like Kenya. She's one of my favorites. But it's about to be a whole new cast, because y'all know that Candy is not on there anymore. Now Kenya, they're bringing back Portia. I think they're gonna bring. I don't know if they're bringing back Sonia or not. They may bring her back. I don't know. So it's going to be interesting this next season on who's on there. Maybe sometimes you do need to switch it up. Yeah, Mama 3, because it's not the same anymore. Like, to be honest, it is not the same. And so we'll see how this goes this next season, but it's not my favorite. I like Potomac. That's, I think, my favorite so far because Atlanta is just not the same. Portia can barely film because Simon doesn't want her to film in the house. Interesting. I left when Nene left. And Nene, now that the last time when Nene was on there, she was getting on my nerves though. I don't know. Maybe it was because she was just going through, because I think that was right before her husband passed away. But baby, she was being, I don't know. It was during COVID and all of that. Hi, Albert. Thank you for joining. Yeah, I'm just like, Okay, let's see what's next. So this next video, you may need a tissue. Okay, y'all know last Sunday was Father's Day. And this mom had a special surprise in store for her children who lost their father 3 years ago. Let's watch.
Before it aired,
They got the they be having the what is called? Yeah, like the birthday and jump. If it's not too much, we could get a Happy Father's Day up there before we go. If they show what time, so we can see it.
We can check it out. Take a picture. Hello. Wait. Do a different.
Oh my gosh, that was so sweet. And it had brought me tears. And I know she probably paid some money for that. But that was so thoughtful, you know, to do that and creative. And I know that that means a lot. A lot of people go through that emotion around Mother's Day and around Father's Day. They're 1 month apart. So that was sweet of her to think about them in that way and to show that billboard. But that was amazing to see that and how she surprised them. Let's see, do we have another one? We have one more video. Now, our number 10 is not going to be a video, but I'm going to discuss two hot topics from this past weekend. Our last one. Now, if you have not watched the Miss Pat show on BET Plus, you are missing out. Y'all, I love that show. It's funny, but they also bring out different topics, okay? And we're actually going to get into a series about some of the various topics that have come out of the show that I've, pulled out from the show. But Miss Pat was working for the Beat 103 with Tigger. And y'all probably remember Tigger from, I think, was he on 106th and Park? I think he was on 106th and Park at one point. But he has his own radio station. And Miss Pat worked there and recently got fired. Okay. It was a surprise to me because I didn't even know she worked with Tigger. But she shared some of what happened on The Breakfast Club.
Yeah, I told them, I said, I'm going to leave in August. And before August could get there, I was blown away. I never thought I was going to get fired from that job.
So you had no idea?
No, me and Shamil didn't have no idea. No idea at all. I just knew they was going to renew her contract and I was going to go on by my business because I was never there. And I could never be there. But that's what happened when you work with a hater. And I'm just going to go on and say it. I don't even care because that can't nobody whoop my ass.
Who's the hater?
You know who the hater is, Tigger. Tigger's the biggest damn hater. I mean, you had a good show and you messed it up because of your ego. And I think it's because I would come in there and say, I know it because I didn't care. I said, look, I don't need a job. And it is, when you work with somebody who, it's just jealousy. To me, it was jealousy. Really, I'm just gonna go and put it out there. And if you call me, we can fight in the street. it was jealousy. But I was really, when they walked me in there, and they said, we're not renewing your contract. Because I said I was leaving in August. I was so shocked. I said, y'all gonna fire me?
Wow.
Do you know these people get up to listen to me? Don't nobody listen to this crap.
Miss Pat got a hit podcast, hit TV show.
Hit TV show. Yeah. And you gonna fire the person who had the most going on, which was me and Shamil? You gonna leave the DJ? You want the DJ just to spin workers?
Did Tigger at least reach out to you and say thank you for it?
I blocked that nigga.
Damn.
He sure did. I said, I'm not Shamil. You don't play with me. I'm 52 years old. I don't have time to play these games with you. You're low down, you're dirty, and anybody who go over there and work for him, and the show was doing well. When I got there, they were number 15. When I left, we were 2 and 3. You gonna fire us? Nigga, you should have got fired. But keep your little show, because I ain't never needed it anyway. My team was like, why are you going over there and work for that old dead-ass station? I said, I want to work for V103. I'm from Atlanta. I want to work for V103. Don't make me wake up and take unnecessary baths. I had to get up and take a bath every morning. Yeah. Yo. Take no damn bath.
I ain't gonna lie, Miss Pat. I knew it wasn't gonna work.
Why?
When you came and did the week here, Miss Pat came and did a week here, and that's competition. And she was only supposed to come here for one day.
It was. You got me fired. Y'all got me fired.
That's right, Solomon.
Y'all got
96
me
one out there.
Oh my God! When I got back, hell broke loose. Oh my God! You did what is that report y'all do?
The rumor report.
You did the rumor report. I said, what the hell is the rumor report? I didn't do no rumor report. They pull on the tape. I said, that's the rumor report.
I thought I was just up there talking.
I said, they just told me to set in on this. I didn't know that was the rumor report.
But they gotta understand you a star outside of radio.
But she was promoting her show at the time.
I was promoting my show.
The show just came back.
I was promoting my show, and I'm always, and he would say, the show, I said, this show says your name. It does not say my name. So I'm worried about keeping the Miss Pat show on. That's where I make my money at. I don't make no money here.
And it's not like you wasn't shouting them out. It's not like we say, hey, don't shout out your radio show, Miss Pat.
Yeah, but it was a jealousy. You at the competition. I don't compete. I'm fat. I came over here to tell people to watch the Miss Pat show.
I don't compete. I eat. Tell him, Miss Pat.
Oh my God.
Boy, you and them rappers want to whoop your ass. Well, I'm a comedian gonna have to get him.
You have to get him. Yeah.
You was waking up to do radio.
Oh my gosh, when she said unnecessary baths, that took me out. Oh my goodness. I mean, my thing is, I have to learn the hard way. Even if you want to do things the right way, when you mention to people that you gonna possibly resign, they're gonna try to get rid of you first, you know. And so, I didn't realize Shamia, she's from Real Housewives of Atlanta, also. Excuse me. I didn't realize that she was on that show, that radio show. So they let both of them. They didn't renew either one of their contracts. And Miss Pat probably did carry that show. She did. I mean, the numbers speak for themselves. They were at number, I think she said 15 and went up to 2 or 3 in the radio chart. So and she's very funny, you know, and she's real talk. She even shares like her real testimony on different things, as far as she still, I think, sell drugs and things like that. So she a tough girl, you know. Her show is blended with some things from her real life. So I love that show. If y'all haven't watched Miss Pat's show, watch that as well. Okay, and finally, number 10. I'm going to share my screen on this one. Okay, we kind of talked about Bishop Lamor Whitehead. Let me go back. Hold on, y'all. I think that's not the one. Okay, let me share this one. This is the bishop that y'all may remember him as the bishop who said that some people came in and he got robbed in New York. He had church service going. They had their video live streaming, and it showed some men coming into the church, robbing him and so forth. Or really, when I look back at that, he gets down before they say get down. Now, I used to think something was fishy with that whole situation. A lot of people started critiquing that, especially after the bishop said that he had lost $1 million in jewelry. Okay, he used to wear this big chain. Thank you, Mama 3. I love you too, sis. I really appreciate that. Thank you, y'all that are just coming on. I was sharing earlier that I am monetized again. Thank the Lord. I am like, y'all, I had to go through 2 appeals. Okay. But the Lord has blessed. So you're now able to become a member again. If you were, and if you like to send super stickers and super chats, you're now able to do that again. And I'm just so excited. Thank you, sis. I really appreciate your support. And so, what ended up happening, so after that whole little scandal, let me go over to the story because I want to read some of this. It said that a judge just sentenced him to 9 years in prison Monday after his conviction on multiple charges. He also was sentenced to 3 years of supervised release in order to pay $85,000 in restitution in order to forfeit $95,000. He's known for his flashy lifestyle. He was convicted in March of wire fraud, attempted extortion, and lying to the FBI. Okay, so you may wonder, well, what brought about some of these charges? What put the target on his back? Prosecutors alleged that Whitehead convinced one of his church members to invest $90,000 in savings with him, promising to help her buy a home. But he spent all of that lady's money on luxury goods for himself. Okay. He was also accused of trying to defraud and extort a businessman and of lying to the FBI agents. He is a con man who stole millions of dollars in a string of financial frauds and even stole from one of his own parishioners. He lied to federal agents and again to the court at his trial. Today's sentence puts an end to Whitehead's various schemes and reflects the office's commitment to bring accountability to those who abuse their position of trust. That was from the U.S. Attorney Damian Williams. He boasted a lot. Whitehead boasted a lot that he was friends with Mayor Eric Adams, who has yet to take Diddy's key to the city. He talking about they need to think about it. What are y'all thinking about? Okay, everybody that's seen the video. He still got his key to the city, so I don't know if Eric Adams is going to take that key away. But moving forward, Bishop Whitehead, some people said that they're praying for him and so forth. So it was a lot with that. And now, I feel like justice was served for that poor lady. She said that during that time, she was even going through a health battle where she had an embolism. And this man took up this lady's savings, $90,000, y'all. That's a lot of money. And said that he was going to use that money to help, fund, to help her find a house and so forth. But he ended up using that. Now, baby, I don't feel like really pulling it up right now because I would have to search for it. But one point they were saying the man is married, then they started saying that the man not married. Okay, he has a wife allegedly, and they have a daughter together. He has other children, and so his wife does this like morning prayer, and a lot of times she'll have her daughter on her lap while she's praying, and she gives an encouraging word. Do you know during this trial and sentencing, I have not seen that lady by his side. I have not seen her. I've seen her on her Instagram being unbothered. Baby, she had already moved out of the house. Okay, she had moved out of the house allegedly, and I was scrolling because when I was on Instagram earlier, I saw her on there doing her word. I said if unbothered was a person, because clearly she has not spoken on this. I have not seen them together. She looked like she already moved on. Okay, before the sentence. So I don't know what's up with that. Maybe she'll help put some money on his books. And like he just got out of prison not too long ago. I can't think of how many years he said, but that played a part. And then when the witness went on the witness stand and she put how she felt, then that really, really probably sealed. I thought he would get 10, but 9 is close enough. But I did say he probably going to get like 10 years. I don't know if he's going to have to serve all 9. They may just have him serve like half of it or whatever. But especially when he lied to the FBI too. He was hiding phones, telling them he only had one certain telephone and all of this. I was like, oh my gosh. Last but not least, since we're in the vein of pastors, there is a pastor, and I want to show y'all what he looks like. Let me share my screen. Let's see. Where is it? Okay, right here. Okay. Y'all have probably heard of Pastor Robert Morris. Okay, he's located here in near the Dallas area, the church in Southlake, Texas. Very popular pastor of a mega church. And so recently, I want to read, he was charged. And I want to know y'all's thoughts on this. He resigned after they've done an investigation. He is a pastor at a church called Gateway in Southlake, Texas, 3 days after confessing to engaging in sexual behavior with a child over the course of a few years in the 80s. Okay. Another part of that, let's see, at the time, this was someone that he moved in with, him and his wife. Now, this was the part that, okay, I was kind of confused by this part. Him and his wife and child moved in with his family, but he was spending time with one of the 12-year-old girls that was in that home. And when his wife kind of asked about it, he said that he was doing some counseling, allegedly. I don't know what kind of counseling you need to be doing with a 12-year-old girl by yourself. And was your wife not enough? These are things that I just wondered. Now, without getting too graphic, they said that it was not any penetration with the body part. Fondling and things of that sort took place. But there's a chance that it may be multiple young girls. Okay. Now, what I don't like about the situation is, for one, when the father went to the church, according to, there was this website called the Wartburg Watch, and the 12-year-old girl, who is now, I believe, is she in her 50s, 54. Okay, her name is Cindy Clemenshire. She's 54 now. So she went and talked to this newspaper about him. The abuse continued over a span of more than 4 years, y'all. Okay, so it's a possibility. When her dad found this out, her dad went and talked to the members of the church, because during that time, yes, this is crazy. During that time, he was a young pastor at the church. They told him to step down for a little while, but no one ever went to the police to report this, because it should have been reported. Okay, because he was supposed to register as a ex-offender. Okay, he was supposed to register, and there should have been charges, but people cover up certain things. And I feel like this poor girl could have been potentially the effect and how long this went on could have been avoided. Okay. And if there are any others out there, maybe that could have been avoided, because if there were no consequences then, and now look how long that was going on, how do we know that hasn't been happening in recent years? So sometimes a lot of this stuff is like pushed under the rug at the expense of the children. And then they were calling her a young lady. No, call her what she was. She was a child. 12 to me is a child. Okay. Hey, Saj, thank you for joining, sis. How have you been? So that situation. So after all of these charges, I mean, not the charges, but after all of these allegations came out, y'all, he resigned from that church. And some people are disappointed, but I don't know. I'm still wondering if they're going to file any charges and if others are going to come forward. It's a lot of this going on with pastors. Pastor Tony Evans recently said he's stepping down due to some old sin. We still don't know what old sin he's talking about, because I thought everything was covered under the blood once you repent and ask for forgiveness. But I don't know. So I don't. Larry Reed Live, he was sharing that maybe someone was blackmailing him or something, and maybe something's potentially coming out, and they want to get ahead of it. I don't know, but it is a lot. Judgment will start at the house, the top first, with the shepherds. And so that's why I say, y'all, in these last days, we just have to be careful, be mindful of our actions and things of that sort, because I mean, this stuff years ago is now coming out. And so prayers up for that young lady, because now she's having to relive that. And you know how people are, that if they want to take up for the pastor, then they're looking at her a certain way and so forth and so on. So my prayers up for pastors across the nation, across the world. The God will cover them and protect them, okay, in their hearts, that they will stay focused on God and not get into a lot of the evils. And then even us as parishioners and so forth, that God would just keep us, y'all. It is like so much evil in these last days that are taking place, and it grieves my spirit, it grieves my heart when I see just different things taking place. It's so many different types of things, so it's almost unexplainable when you start seeing these things happening. But we've been warned that it's going to happen. And so we have to decide which side we want to be on. we can't be lukewarm in the middle. You got to pick a side and go with that, and go with, you know, hey, what are the consequences of going with one side, or what are the blessings in going with the other side? So those are our top 10 moments. Hi, Ronita. Thank you for joining our top 10 moments. If you came in late, make sure you watch the replay. We had our top 10 social media moments of the week, and some kind of from last week. Also, I was sharing that I am monetized again. For those of you who have memberships, if you want to rejoin, I would greatly appreciate it. We have some great interviews coming up, and I want to do an all access passes for our members so that they can have just individual time with the authors and get more in depth and so forth. But we'll have like different treats and events just for members. So that's one thing you're able to do, exclusive benefits to that. And I just thank you all so much. I hope everyone has a fantastic Juneteenth holiday. Hey, baby, my job is not closed, but I'm off. Okay. I'm off. I wasn't feeling too well yesterday evening, but hey, I was like, just in case, I'm gonna just take today. And it just worked out that it was a holiday. Okay. But y'all, I thank you so much, and I pray God's blessings over you, and I hope you all have a fantastic day. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Share the live as well. Enjoy your day, everyone. Thank you, Shelly Shell. Thank you to all the mods. Shelly Shell. I think Lolo was in here. All of the mods. Thank you. Thank you, Mama 3, for the blessing, the super sticker. I believe that was a super chat. Thank you so much, Mama 3. I really, really appreciate it. And y'all have a great day. Bye-bye.